Hello guys, I hope you're well and welcome back to another beautiful tutorial. In today's tutorial, I'll be showing you how to sew a waistcoat. As you can see it here, I made a pattern drafting tutorial for this waistcoat and some of you requested for the sewing tutorial. So today I will show you the easiest way to sew your waistcoat and how to achieve a neat finishing. If this is your first time on this channel, this is Donlarrie, and here on this channel I upload sewing tutorials and pattern drafting. Kindly subscribe and don't forget to put on your notification bell so that anytime I upload a new video you will get the notification. If you find this tutorial helpful guys, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave your comment in the comment section, and kindly subscribe to my channel if you are yet to do so. So guys, let's get started. So to get started, we're going to be making use of the pattern that we drafted earlier. If you're here to watch the tutorial on how to draft this pattern, I'll put the link down in the description box, or you can click here to watch it. So as you can see, we have the back and the front already cut out on the fabric. So let's start from the back. So for the back, you're going to be cutting out one piece of the pattern and you cut on fold. So as you can see, I cut out on fold. So this is the main fabric, this is the lining, you cut it the same way. So as you can see, for the back, I'm using another fabric from what I'm using for the front. So this is optional. You can use the same fabric for both the front and the back, and you can decide to use different fabric just like I have here. So for the front, you will need to cut out 2 pieces for the front, and then you cut out 2 pieces for the lining as well. So for the lining, I just decided to add a facing to it. This is also optional since it doesn't have any lapel at the front. So you can just use maybe the lining for everything, or you can use your fabric if you have enough fabric for the whole of the lining. So as you can see, I cut out the facing here, and this is what I did to cut it out. I just fold my pattern paper into 2. So if you are lazy just like me, just fold it into 2. You don't need to measure anything, and then you will use this part for your facing, you use this part for the lining. And just like I've said, you can use just the lining for everything, or you can, if you have enough fabric, use it for the whole of the lining. So that is what I've done here. And also, if you want to put a belt at the back, you will need 2 stripes of pieces of fabric just like I have here. So one will be maybe 3 inches longer than the other, and then the width of it will be around 2.5 inches depending on how you want it. That is if you want the belt. You can make it without the belt at the back. So if you want your waistcoat jacket to be longer than what we drafted in the pattern, because we use our normal waistline as the guide, and then we just went down by 1.75 inch at the side seam. So if you want it longer, maybe you want it to cover your skirt or your trouser, depending on how you want it. You can make it very short, you can make it longer depending on how you want it. So if you want it longer, all you need to do is just to add to the length. So just like I have here, I added 1 inch to the length, and then you will add it to both the front and the back, following the same shape that you have on your pattern paper. So as you can see, I have 1 inch here. And then at the side, since this is getting longer and it is below your waistline now, you will need to create a kind of shape that we normally add to towards the hip line. So assuming we are making our long bodice, basic bodice pattern, you know, we're going to be creating a kind of shape towards the hip line. So once you are making it longer than what we have on the pattern, you will need to create that kind of hip shape. So I hope you understand it. So that is what I did. I added 1 inch to the length. So now we're going to assemble our fabric, and then we move to sewing it. So the first thing you will need to do is to transfer your dart to the fabric. And then for the back, if you are adding a belt to the back, you will need to slash the dart line. So just like I've done here, I've slashed the dart line. But if you are not adding any belt, just transfer your dart to the fabric and sew it. So but since we are adding belts, so we're going to be slashing it. And then for the belt, you will need 1 buckle for the belt, but I don't have any buckle at the moment. I'm just going to illustrate without the buckle. And then for the front, we're going to do the same. You transfer your dart to the fabric, and then you will also transfer the dart and sew it on the lining as well. So whatever you are doing to the main fabric, you do it to the lining. So for the front lining, I will join the two and I will sew the darts. Then I will show you what next. So I've transferred the dart to the fabric and I've sewn it. This is the front. So I've done the same for the front lining. So you first of all, that is if you are adding a facing, you first of all join the facing and then you sew the dart. And then this is the back. So this is the back lining and this is the back. So the stripe of fabric that we have, you will need to insert it into the dart line before you sew it. So that is what I've done, and it will be on your waistline. So you can pin it down before you sew it. So that is what I've done. If you're adding a buckle to it, all you need to do is just to add your buckle to it. So I will just leave this like this because I don't have any buckle to use at the moment. So the next thing we want to do now is to turn the fabric with the lining. So we're going to place the lining on it like this. And then we're going to sew it at the neckline, at the armhole area, and then at the waistline or the M line. So that is what you will do for the back. So for the front, you will need to sew the front from the neckline down to the M line and then to the armhole area, leaving the side and the shoulder line. So that is what we will do now. So I will do that and I will show you what next. So this is what we have, and what we have left now is the shoulder area and the side line, as you can see it. So I've done the same for the back. So you just turn the neckline with the lining, the armhole area, and also the M line. So this is what we have, and this is what the wrong side looks like. This is what the wrong side of the front looks like. So the next thing we want to do now is to connect the two together at the shoulder area. So to join the two at the shoulder now, so from the side, we're going to be doing that from the side. So you put your hand to the side and then you grab like this, and then you grab the two at the shoulder area and then you pull it out. So once you pull it out, now you assemble it very well. So you pull it out and then you assemble it like this, and then at the other side you align the two together like this. So I'll go to the sewing machine now and sew it. I will do the same thing to the other side and I will show you what next. So I've joined it together at the shoulder, as you can see it, and this is what we have. Can you see how neat it is? So this is the outer part and this is what the inside looks like. So can you see how neat it is? So the next thing we want to do now is to join it together at the side. So the easiest way to close the side is to just place the two together like this and sew it. But if you want to have a neat finishing, so we're going to be hiding all these raw edges, and that is what we're going to be doing now. So now we're going to be joining it at the side. So make sure that you measure it if it is too big for you, so that you can know the allowance you're going to be taking in. So from this side now, or this side, whichever one, you will need to pull. So like this, you pull this part, you pull it out through this side. So like this, can you see that? And then you align it together. So like this, and then we're going to sew it. Remember, we added 1 inch seam allowance, so that is what we're going to be using to sew it. So we just sew it round like this. So I just sew it round like this. So I will do that now and I will show you how to do the other side. So once you've sewn it round like this, so you're going to pull it out. So you pull it out, and once you pull it out, this is what you will have. Can you see that? So this is what the inner will look like, and this is what the outer part will look like. Can you see that? So we are done with one side of our vest. So now to the other side. So what we're going to do to the other side to make it very easy is just that we're going to, you make sure the armhole area align together. So you align the armhole area together. So I will pin it down. So you pin it down like this, and then we go to the sewing machine. Then we're going to sew it using that 1 inch seam allowance. So you sew it round. Through to the other side. So you sew it round as close as possible. So you will be left with like 1 or 2 inches, and then we're going to top stitch on that 2 inches. So I will go ahead to the sewing machine now and do that. So you sew as close as you can. This is how far I can go. So now I will pull it out through this place. So you can see I have like 2 inches opening around here. So can you see that? So this opening that I have here, I'm just going to top stitch it, and I'm not going to do it with the main fabrics, only the lining. So just take this and then you top stitch on it. So guys, we've joined the side as you can see it, and this is what we have. So can you see how neat it is inside and outside? So this is what the other side looks like. Can you see that? So what we have to do now is to make a buttonhole. So depending on the number of the button you want, so you can make 2 or 3 buttonhole, and then you attach your button to it. So this is how to make a neatly finished vest. So this is what the back looks like. Can you see that? Thank you guys for watching this tutorial. I hope you enjoy it and I hope you find it helpful. If yes, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, leave your comment in the comment section, and subscribe to my channel if you're here to do so. Till I see you guys in my next tutorial. Have a wonderful day. Bye.